Hello! A special welcome to the real ham, the real first ham. Thanks for coming to the stream! We are now going to play Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, continuing on from where we last dropped off for episode 2. No funny voices today because baby is sleeping behind me. We are a baby-friendly stream, that is to say, we are friendly to my baby. And I will be stopping the stream to pause and take care of baby as and when needed. I stream mostly after she's gone down for the night, but baby runs their own schedules and it can't be helped all of the time, so I cross my fingers and rely on my husband a lot. So yeah, we will proceed and let's see how we get on. We last left off at when we finished The Walking Dead. Oh my god, it's a raid! Hello everybody! Welcome to the channel! It's always very bright and lively here when Chahaya raids. Chahaya, you're late. Ooh, Chahaya got called. Chahaya just finished her own stream, that's why. But it's okay. I'm very, very happy whenever she brings her army of people in. And also, I really hope that my voice lulls you to sleep if you're watching on Malaysia time. You get Sister Forgive points. Yes, you do. Hello, Jasmine. Yes, there's fighting words. The tomato grows delightfully. These are interesting things to say. Hi, Fated Willow. Hi, Tap Mesh. It's so good to see the usual gang here. Thank you so much. We are going into court, and I think for most of you, this will be your first time seeing the trial in session. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh, I'm supposed to be voicing these. So baby's sleeping behind me, so no funny voices today. It will be mostly calm. Like this. Hi, Tyrion. Ugh. Celeste? Don't sneak up on me like that. Oh, we're nervous. Why are you so nervous? Stop reading my mind. It's not as if this is your first time defending someone. I can't help it. Chahaya wins the duel! There's something about this building that just fills me with anxiety. You're in the wrong profession. Ugh, it's too bad Ruby couldn't make it. I'd say that you should calm down for Wallace's sake, but there are so many people here. Yeah, Wallace is not helping. And they're all staring at me. Their eyes are prying into me like a pack of flesh-eating maggots. Gross. Don't worry, Wallace. Our investigation revealed a lot of weaknesses in the prosecution's case. We have a strong case for your acquittal. Okay. See? You can be confident when you want to be. It's strange. Something is calming about Wallace's anxiety. It's like he just absorbs the tension out of you and into himself. He hath freckles. Cute. I know. Oh my god, Jasmine Debaku, has Kaylee told you about how I'm addicted to the latest Harry Potter mobile game? Look! It's not Max Payne, is it? It's Winston Payne's. It's Winston Payne's cousin, Judge Payne. Court is now in session for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. Very well, let's begin the proceedings. Yes, it's a free-to-play Harry Potter mobile game and I am hooked. Thank you so much, Taros94, for the follow. Welcome. Prosecutor Steelwind, could you please list the charges? The defendant is a student at the Wivengard Imperial Academy. Mr. Nightgrave is charged with first-degree murder, negligent misuse of the arcane arts, and illegal practice of advanced necromancy. Necromancy? Do you mean to tell me that the defendant is a necromancer? I can't believe it, Ribble Rabble. A necromancer, Ribble, in this day and age, Rabble. How could the kingdom let this happen, Ribble Rabble, Ribble? When actually, necromancy is the underlying magic, is the magic underlying healing spells, so... Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that I thought my brain farted, but the script is actually missing words. I would like to remind the court that should view my client objectively. No, of course, but one can easily see it from the list of charges. If necromancy, why no summon victim to testify? Oh, because the necromancy spell has limits. Here, let's have a look. Oh, I missed that. Necromancy plays a large role in the charges. The crime occurred within the academy this morning. Ooh, Chahaya's got a good memory. So, necromancy. Here we go. Animate corpse. Reanimates the target with life energy. The minion follows the caster's orders. It has a limited intelligence, cannot speak. Once the spell... Duration 8 hours. There it is. They can only do it once and duration 8 hours. I don't think they can repeat cast. Alright, Railham. Happy lurkin'. Indeed, the crime occurred within the academy this morning. The victim is Catherine Bellwether, a professor at the school. Although there were no witnesses, traces of necromancy were detected on the body. Tag you on Twitter and say all hail princess of the pond. Oh, okay. Oh, then what if necromancy and order to murder? I think that they might do it just because the spell itself describes it as, oh, the corpse will have no intelligence. So I imagine if you told someone to say, you know, take this knife and stick it there between his two eyes, he'd probably do it. Furthermore, the autopsy report shows that the body has no physical wounds. Is murder punishable to zombie or person? Wow, we're discussing like necromancy laws now. Yeah, probably to the person. You could probably charge the zombie with accessory to a murder. Haha, get it? Ha ha ha, accessory, ha ha. I see. Necromancy is the only type of magic that can harm an individual without physically wounding them. Additionally, the alchemist report shows no sign of poison or disease. We gotta know our loopholes, the laws. One and the same. Therefore, one can only conclude that a necromancer had committed the crime. As many of you know, necromancy is held under high scrutiny by the Crown. Aside from the defendant, no other students were permitted to learn advanced necrotic magic. As such, the defendant was the only mage in that building capable of committing the murder. I see, that is certainly compelling evidence. To properly present our case, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orem White to the stand. Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings. Yeah. It started when the City Watch got a call from the Imperial Academy. Someone was attacked and the whole building was put on lockdown. We set up a perimeter around the area and waited for the lockdown system to deactivate. Oh, hello! Oh, is he your type? He's very nice. Yeah, he's an older magical gumshoe. He's very nicely designed, I like him. When we finally got into the building, the prosecutor personally inspected the body and detected traces of necromancy on it. Oh, I want to say that I'm really keen to finish Tyrion Cuthbert because the next game, or maybe I'll do it in alternates, maybe? Because the next game I want to stream is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, which recently released on Steam and is so good. And as our name entails, we watch the man get killed. Competent gumshoe. We say competent gumshoe, but he mucked up the first investigation. It was horrible. You can watch the VOD for it. It's not on Twitch anymore because Twitch has a stupid policy of rule. What's his case? They only keep my videos for 7 days now, but you can see it on my YouTube. I think I've exported it there. There were no cuts or bruises on the body either. The entire body was clean. He reminds you of the detective from Investigations. Similar vibes. With those two pieces of evidence, we concluded that it could only be the necromancer kid that did it. Anyone else have something they want me to add to this tweet? My Twitch link? Ojo samala. The Inquisition's testimony is just as you expected. You've already found and identified the holes in Steelwind's case. And the body. All you have to do is find the hole in the commander's testimony. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. If you're on Prime, VODs keep for 60 days. But I've got no reason to be on Prime. Prime is useless in Malaysia. It's only useful while I'm overseas. Well, I mean, if I'm on Prime, I get League of Legends perks as well, but they're not enough for me to want to subscribe to Prime. What time did this call come in? A little after 3 p.m. It was a few minutes after the murder was discovered. You have Prime. Right, you remember that was around the time the lockdown occurred. Chahaya is my IRL sister, and that's why I dare to make, like, noises with her. I swear it's my sleepy brain struggling to keep up, but I keep missing the MC's name as a curse word. Oh my... Ugh, Jasmine! You can watch the VOD, maybe you should sleep. Right, the lockdown can't be ended manually. So they must have been forced to wait for the 1 hour duration to elapse. Oh, Jasmine, ask my sister to tell you about the game this VN I recently bought on Steam. You forgot. You forgot who I was. So they must have been forced to wait for the 1 hour duration to elapse. Yeah, I just happen to sound like Chahaya. Just a little bit deeper. Not related at all. How secure was this perimeter? Is it possible that someone slipped past you? The Inquisition was working in conjunction with the City Watch and the King's Guard. With that many people at the scene, it's very unlikely that anyone escaped unnoticed. Aw, she's a Fujoshi? Well, if I come across a nice Fujoshi the end, I will let you know. True, for better or for worse, the kingdom will act quickly to protect a building filled with nobles. Why did the prosecutor inspect the body instead of the Inquisition? You zoned out what you didn't zone out, I just intentionally didn't say it on stream. How I conducted the investigation is irrelevant to the proceedings. Or would you like to insinuate that I'm not as competent as Commander White? You don't question her competency, but it's still a bizarre decision on her part. While the court admits that the prosecutor's actions were unorthodox, we see no reason to question the prosecutor's abilities. Thank you, Your Honor. No cuts or bruises? Isn't this, like, completely contra? Where is our wound? Okay, here it is. Died. Report. No signs of cuts or bruising. But there was blood under her body somewhere. Yes. Objection! Commander White, it appears that you've neglected to mention one key detail of the crime scene. Yeah, and what's that? During your testimony, you said that the entire body was clean. I will admit that there weren't any wounds on the body. However, the body was certainly not clean. At the scene of the crime, there was a large pool of blood located where the body was. Plot twist, she had her entire period or something. Not questioning their abilities, questioning their honesty. Dun dun dun. This blood came from the victim's body. Do we know that? And it was definitely not clean, like the commander testified. I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but I fail to see the significance of this. I'd like to remind the court of the prosecution's case against my client. They are accusing him of murdering the victim using necrotic blight, a spell which would not have physically wounded the victim. So why was there any blood at all? Blood isn't clean, detective. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact still stands. There were no wounds on the body, nor were there any reports of poison or disease on the autopsy. Full caps on screen versus in chat makes it seem so intense. Yeah, I thought about reducing the size of the text, but I actually quite like it this way. There are clearly magical elements in this case. But Catherine Bellwether was bleeding profusely at some point. How else could there be a bloodstain on the body? Do you have an explanation for that, Miss Steelwind? I do like her outfit, very nice. The cape especially, I'm a big fan. No, I'll admit that the prosecution doesn't have an explanation for that. And while I do find the circumstances questionable, all other evidence clearly points to the defendant. And Tyrion is handsome. I like her hat. Her hat is very cute. Which spell would leave a trace of necromancy? If the victim wasn't killed with necromancy, why was there a trace of it on the body? You'd buy a potion from her? Yes, you would. I'd buy a potion from either of them, just saying. I'm glad you asked. I'd like to present a spell that could have left a trace of necromancy on the body. A spell! Healing! Which is the healing spell? Mend wounds, go. Mend wounds? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a healing spell? That's correct, Your Honor. Spells from the School of Necromancy can control the forces of death and life. Dun, dun, dun. Mend wounds is, in fact, a necromancy spell. You'd expect everyone to know this in a magical world. Really now, I wasn't aware of this. Which spell would leave a trace of necromancy? Necromancy, sir. Oh my god. Here, have some stars. Oh, that was a perfectly timed table slam. I love it. Now I'd like the court to consider the following. What would happen if Bellwether was wounded and someone attempted to heal her using mend wounds? Wow, Cahaya, just hogging the stars. All of her wounds would disappear from her body. I see.
Objection!
Objection! I'm so scared to raise my voice any higher in case the baby wakes up. Do you honestly think I'm that incompetent, Mr. Cuthbert? Frankly, I'm a little insulted. What? The Inquisition is well aware of what happens when a mage attempts to save a victim using mend wounds. The healers that arrived at the scene already confirmed that the victim was long dead. None of them attempted to heal her. Well, what if someone tried to heal her and didn't report it? Please, none of the healers would have anything to gain by doing so. In fact, as a necromancer, the defendant could have easily carried out the described scenario. He could have cast mend wounds on the victim after murdering her to confound the investigation. You know what doesn't make sense about that is the fact that it would have put him under suspicion because it leaves a necromancy trace. At the end of the day, the burden of proof is on you. What if the killer just went, oops, wrong person. Oh shit, wrong person. But if you could just find out who healed the body, this case is yours. And whoever this healer is, Valentina definitely knows her. Ooh, one of the twin cooks is probably a mage in disguise. Your Honor, I will admit that I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, I do believe that we can bring it to light. There may have been two people that witnessed someone cast magic on the body. Valentina and Valerie Yanis, the sisters who discovered the body. Can there be mages in disguise? I suppose because the nobility are mages, but if you may be a mage and not nobility, and if you never report your spell compendium, maybe you could get away with it. Does the Eye of Horus not help that? The Eye of Horus doesn't reveal whether someone is a mage or not. It reveals their surface thoughts and feelings. If they had witnessed something like that, it would have come up in their testimony. If that's true, then you have nothing to lose by hearing their testimonies. Very well. If you're so confident, let's hear the witness's testimony. It seems the prosecution has no objections. However, if this line of questioning leads nowhere, I will see no further reason to further prolong this trial. Do you understand, Mr. Cooper? Do her eyes have red eyeshadow or red eyelash extensions? Let's see it. Of course, Your Honor. Nervous. Oh crap, it's that guy from before. Oh, I gave her a Scottish accent, didn't I? Is he the necromancer's lawyer? I can't do this, the baby's behind me. She just can't understand and she's already stressed out. This could work in your favor. It looks like red eyelashes, red mascara. It ain't all that good compared to how cool the name is, like the Millennium Puzzle that simply gives you a stutter. Lol. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. My name? Witness, there's no need to be so nervous. We merely want to hear about what you saw on the day of the murder. Right. It's just that guy over there, You mean Mr. Clifford? Did this man harass you, witness? Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh god. He, super harassed me. Okay, I'm gonna give you a bimbo voice now. How shameful. That's a yandere if you ever seen one. I would expect a member of our justice system to behave more professionally. Hey, what happened to innocent till proven guilty, Tops? Snicker. No, shut up. Anyways, please state your name and occupation for the court, Miss Ionis. Just calm down, he can't prove anything. My name is Valentina Ionis. I'm a member of the kitchen staff at the Wyverngard Imperial Academy. As I recall, you were one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Apparently, the defense finds your involvement suspect. Rest assured, Miss Ionis, in this courtroom you will be protected from Mr. Cuthbert's harassment. Ugh. Now please testify to the court on what happened that day. Yeah. I was walking with my sister in the West Wing when we noticed something in a nearby classroom. We looked over to see what it was. That's when we saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood. While my sister did that, I used an emergency communication device to call for help. But it was too late. By the time her bleeding stopped, she'd already lost so much blood. Rest assured, miss, you'll be completely fine unless you're lying / the killer. Nothing to worry about. If your theory is true, that means she just lied in her testimony. I think that she's lying to protect someone else, possibly her sister. She's definitely holding something back. She definitely saw more than she's letting on. You just need to prove that somehow. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. I'm not used to this judge looking to the sky every single time. Where were you two coming from? We came from the kitchen. We were taking a break after the lunch rush. The cafeteria is on the west side of the academy. It's believable that they'd be on that side of the building. What did you see in the classroom, Miss Ionis? Is this like a Dahlia situation? Oh my god, Kaylee said that earlier, I think, as well. Damn it, I use names. But yeah, I think it might be... No, it's not really Dahlia, it's... I don't know yet. Suspicious. It is suspicious. Very suspicious. But I don't think it's a Dahlia situation. Did you notice anything else strange in the lecture hall? Well, there was that terrible smell. It was awful. I almost couldn't see because of how much I was tearing up. But other than that, I was mostly focused on the professor. It makes sense. It would be hard to notice anything else. She tried to help her? Miss Ionis, how exactly did your sister try to help Miss Bellwether? What? Ah, I slipped up. Oh, my sister used first aid to try and stop the bleeding. I see. Could you please add that detail to your testimony? Tearing up from what? Were onions at the scene? Oh, so, for context, the scene at in the hall where they found the body, in the room where they found the body, there was a really bad smell. And apparently, according to the testimony we found, it's from a chemistry accident, basically, that happened in a class which the headmaster was teaching a couple days before the incident. Applied pressure to her wound, but there were no wounds on the body. Objection! You can feel the jokes, chats, banter dropping quality. You should really sleep. Do go to sleep. You can always watch this on VOD. I don't mind. I'm really happy that you guys stopped by in any case. Here's from Smell Faham. Yeah, smell.faham.com. Witness, what is the meaning of this? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Maybe I can elaborate, Miss Ionis. You weren't present in the gallery earlier, were you? No, I was waiting in the lobby. Lady Steelwind told me to wait there. Well, I suppose I should consider myself lucky. You see, Miss Ionis, one key element of the case is that the body didn't have any wounds on it. You like her expression? Yes, a lot of the character expressions are, I feel, Ace Attorney inspired as well. Gonna cook rice, but the court is taking my attention. Go cook rice! Put me on the TV and go cook rice. See you next time, Faded Willow. Thanks for dropping by. You see, Miss Ionis, one key element of the case is that the body didn't have any wounds on it. Yeah, so? So please explain to the court, Miss Ines. How did Valerie apply first aid when there shouldn't have been any wounds on the body? Okay, oyasumi nasai. Thank you for stopping by. Ah, no, I screwed up. Feel free to watch the VODs. They're on my Twitch VOD and on my YouTube channel, and then you can get all caught up for the next episode. But I saw that wound on her. What happened? There's clearly something amiss here. Does men wounds work on a dead body? But I'm afraid I don't fully understand the implications of this. Are you accusing the witness of committing perjury, Mr. Cuthbert? When someone lies, they stay as close to the truth as possible while changing minute details. In her thoughts, Valentina said she was sure she saw a wound on Bellwether, and she also mentioned that Valerie was the one that tried to save the professor. If she didn't try to save the Bellwether with first aid, could she have used magic instead? Her sister could be the maid you're looking for. The witness was lying, Your Honor, but not about everything. Valerie Ines did try to save the victim's life by addressing her wounds, but she didn't use first aid, she used magic. No, he found this out! Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Objection!
Oof. I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but your theory, it's the second time this has happened, is completely flawed. How so, Miss Steeland? Well, it's quite simple. We've already verified that neither of the sisters are mages. What? Wait, how can you be so sure? Yes, tell us. During the investigation, we had both the Ines sisters attuned to a spell compendium. It's standard procedure for the Inquisition when interviewing witnesses. Then that means... That's correct. Neither of the Ines sisters could attune to a compendium. Ha ha, that's right. The Inquisition checked us both. Neither of us are mages. Phew, that was close. I'm sure there's a way to not attune to a spell compendium. Damn it, were you wrong about Valerie being a mage then? No, that can't be right. Her thoughts said he found us out. That means you were on the right track. Hello, Taros94, welcome back. Valerie has to be the mage you're looking for. Celeste, is it possible for a mage to hold a spell compendium and avoid attuning to it? No, it just needs to be on their person. When I was arrested, the Inquisition also made me attune to one of their spell compendiums. They were really careful to make sure that I did the attunement correctly. There's no way a mage could avoid attuning to a compendium with them watching you. Right, Commander White may be negligent sometimes, but even he isn't that careless. Now, if you're done, I do believe that you've exhausted all your options. Wait, I'm still not done cross-examining this witness. What could you possibly hope to glean from her testimony? Valentina should be stressed out enough to see more of her thoughts. But you can't exactly say that you're planning to read her mind. There's one key element of her testimony the court is overlooking. I have a right as an attorney to complete my cross-examination. And you're a man of your words? Ooh-hoo-hoo. Your Honor, the defense is clearly trying to buy time. I might be compelled to agree with you. However, I'll also admit that some elements of the witness's testimony are quite peculiar. I will allow the defense to perform one more cross-examination. That was close. But know that this is your last chance, Mr. Cuthbert. Your last chance, sir. If you produce nothing substantial, I will pass my verdict. Of course, Your Honor. All right, it's all or nothing. If you can't find anything by reading her mind, this whole case is finished. Witness, please give your testimony once more. The tweet has been made. Damn it, how long does he plan to keep me up here? Ooh, sudden speed up. Like I said, my sister and I saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. We rushed over to her. I was definitely surprised when I saw her like that. Now that you mention it, I don't know if I saw any wounds on her, but I definitely saw blood. Can't go back on that now, I just need to play dumb. My sister tried to save her, but she didn't use any magic. Ugh, Valerie, you're too kind-hearted for your own good. Neither of us are mages. Both of us held that book the knights gave us. I was caught off guard when they asked us. They almost found us out. The commander was watching us the whole time. He can confirm it. It's a good thing that we're twins, or else that trick wouldn't have worked. Oh. Dun dun dun. What are we going to do? They have pretty hard proof that Valerie isn't a mage. Valerie is the mage we're looking for, I'm sure of it. I'm just not sure why they felt the need to lie to the Inquisition. And more importantly, how did they trick the Inquisition? The girls went to the toilet together. What does interpret do again? Oh no, I forgot.
Objection!
Really? What did I do? Your Honor, the witness's testimony contradicts what she truly thinks. Oops. You have to trust me, I have an instinct. I forget, but let's save. Oh, right. Well, we can't exactly say you can see her thoughts. Neither of us are mages. Think through this. This isn't like a normal cross-examination. Okay, have fun cooking rice. Nearly all of her thoughts will be suspicious and contrary to her testimony. What you need to do is find a thought that gives you a thread to pull on. In this case, you need to find the thought that implies how the twins tricked the commander. Didn't I do that just now? Find the thought that holds that clue and interpret it to proceed. I thought I did that. Oh no, not this one. Come on, stop. I didn't mean to press that. I don't have a life bar unlike Ace Attorney.
Objection!
Oh, I objected the wrong statement. Didn't realize. I thought I was objecting the twin statement. Miss Ines, your thoughts betray you. What? You found the thought. They must have done something. But what? It must have happened when Commander White was interrogating them. Oren was the one who collected their statements. Did he notice anything off about their behavior? From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious. Quirks? He told me they were running and spinning around him during questioning. What does that mean? I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their coworker murdered. Oh my god, were they literally spinning? That's why? How did the twins trick the Inquisition? Their so-called trick wouldn't have worked if they weren't twins. Valentina switched places with Valerie. Of course, they switched places. Duh. Valentina attuned to the first spell compendium, then she pretended to be Valerie to attune to the second one. Commander White couldn't tell the difference between them. Miss Ines, there's something I want to confirm. During the investigation, both you and Valerie attuned to a spell compendium. Am I correct? Yeah, the Knight watched us do it. And how did he have you do this? Did you both attune to those compendiums at the same time? You'd be lurking while making lunch? Nice! What's for lunch? Or did you attune one after another? What? No way, does he know what we did? I fail to see how that makes any difference, Mr. Clifford. It was lovely to meet you too, Paris94. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope I hope you have a good time lurking. Yes, I agree. The spell companion would work regardless of what order they went in. You may not be aware of this, Your Honor, but Valentina and Valerie Ines are identical twins, which means that their physical appearances are nearly identical to each other. Nothing too fancy? Comfort food? That's good too. If Commander White didn't have them attune at the same time, what would stop the twins from switching places with one another?
Objection!
This is clearly nothing but baseless conjecture. Oren wouldn't fail at such a basic task. There was no full stop. Really, Prosecutor Steelwind? Do you find it hard to believe that Commander White could fail at a task like this? Wait a minute, this is crazy. We didn't trick the Inquisition. Neither of us are mages. Then prove it, Miss Ines. Bring in your sister and we'll have you attune to 2 spell compendiums at the same time. No, wait. Order in the court. It is clear we won't get anywhere unless we test the defense's theory. Bailiff, escort Valerie Ines to the stand and bring 2 unattuned spell compendiums. They've both had their hands on their compendiums for the last 10 minutes. There's no way they can fake it in front of this many people. Alright, it's the moment of truth. We can only hope that your theory is correct. No, did he seriously? What is it, Prosecutor Steelwind? What do you see? What I see is Commander White seeking new employment in the near future. It appears that the defense was correct. Valentina Ines isn't a mage, but Valerie Ines is. What's more, Valerie Ines' compendium contains the Mend Wound spell, which makes the defense's theory entirely plausible. Please, just allow me to explain. We should allow you to explain what exactly? You're an unregistered mage, there we go. And you and your sister have made fools out of all of us with your perjury. How would you know what it's like, Lady Steelwind? What? Did you think we didn't notice your name? You're not like us. You don't have to hide. Whatever, this whole situation has gotten out of hand. I didn't think hiding it would cause so much trouble, and I won't let someone go to prison because of me, even if he is a necromancer. Please let me testify about what I saw. I'll tell you what really happened that day. Very well, but understand that there will be repercussions for your actions, witness. Yes, I know. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the foyer. Then I suddenly spotted the professor lying in the pool of blood in a nearby classroom. Valentina used the communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast Mend Wounds on her to close her wounds, but it was too late. I closed the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead. Oh, so Mend Wounds does work, even if they're dead. There was a hole in her stomach? Your Honor, as you can clearly see from the witness's testimony, the trace of necromancy was left by the witness, not my client. What's more, it's clear there was a physical wound on the body. Now I see, well, his words trail off. He clearly doesn't want to pass a verdict when there's no clear culprit. But he has no choice. The case against Wallace is predicated on Bellwether being killed by necromancy. With Valerie's testimony, the prosecution doesn't have a shred of evidence implicating him. This is the part where you let him go free, Gramps. Free. Very well. The court sees no reason to prolong this trial. Wait, really? With these new developments, the court has no choice but to find Wallace Nightgrave not...
Objection!
Huh. Of course it was too good to be true. I believe the court is ignoring one key detail of this witness's testimony. And what would that be, Miss Steelwind? Let's re-examine the witness's testimony. Valentina used the communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast Mend Wounds on her to close her wounds. But it was too late. I closed the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead. The communication device that Valentina Ines used logs the time of day during each use. New information. From this log, we know that Valentina used this device at 3:04 p.m. This was an hour after the time of death. Where are you going with this? Mr. Cuthbert. There was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found. Jan Hughes, the janitor. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found. He was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere. It was probably 20 or 30 minutes before the twins found the body. 20 to 30 minutes before the body was found. Do you see the discrepancy, Mr. Cuthbert? Wait, that can't be right. Bellwether died more than an hour before the body was found. So how did Jan see her half an hour after her death? I wonder, Mr. Cuthbert, how could one make a dead body move and walk around? No, you can't mean. There was more than one piece of evidence that pointed to a necromancer committing the crime. The defendant murdered the victim and used necromancy to reanimate her corpse. An undead created within the Imperial Academy Ribble Rebel? How reprehensible, Ribble Rebel! That's ridiculous. She had a hole in her stomach when the twins found her. Jan Hughes would have noticed that. Animate corpse stops the flow of blood, so she wouldn't have tracked blood anywhere. The defendant is also proficient with illusion magic. He could have easily cast an illusion spell to hide the undead Bellwether's wounds. Oh, I forgot that he knew an illusion spell. Did he? He did. The disguise 1 hour can make the target look 1 foot larger or smaller. That's it. Elements hidden by the spell made invisible. Elements created by the spell are visual. But another party could have easily used illusion magic to disguise themselves as the victim. And if that were true, how did they move the body to the classroom? Miss Stewart, if your theory is true, would it mean that the murder occurred elsewhere? Would the Inquisition happen to know where? Regrettably, we do not. Then the prosecution's case against my client is still faulty. You can't convict my client without more evidence. I agree with Mr. Cuthbert. With these new developments, the court sees it fit to suspend the trial for the time being. You're back! Welcome back! But we're about to suspend trial, I think. We will give law enforcement time to investigate these unknowns. Has Valentina GG'd yet? Valerie has GG'd, not Valentina. Court proceedings for this case will resume tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned. That was the shortest episode. Hey, are you feeling okay? A body is seen moving around an hour after death? It clearly wasn't Bellwether, or at the very least, she wasn't alive when this happened. That was the most violent gavel beat ever, by the way. Yeah, the gavel beats and animations are great. So, what was it? 42 minutes, quite okay? Yeah, still going. Tyrion? There's illusion magic involved. There has to be. But which spell was it? Could it have been illusory disguise? Tyrion! Oh, we're talking to ourselves again, are we? Ah, what? You've been quiet since the trial ended. You were making me worried. Sorry. I was just thinking about what Celine had said. You mean about her theory? It's a little creepy when you think about it. Do you really think someone turned the professor into an undead? I don't think so. The prosecution's case is hinged on one clear fact. That Wallace was the only high-level necromancer nearby. We have to assume that he's the only person capable of using that type of magic. But then how was she walking around? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's a given that Wallace didn't touch the body, so we can discount the use of high-level necromancy. No matter what, someone used an illusion. But aren't there spells that can create freestanding illusions, not just disguises? I honestly don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows about that type of magic. Wait, didn't Eris say she was studying illusion magic? She might be able to tell us if something like that is possible. Is that really a good idea? What do you mean? Oh yeah, we're all afraid of Eris for some reason. What if she's the one who created the illusion? What? You're detecting fear from her again. Celeste, are you scared of Eris? What? No. I saw it this morning too. You always get really scared when she's around. Yeah, for some reason, Eris has this fear effect on everyone, and I wonder what it is. Also, weird stuff happens when we're around her. Like, reality seems to dip into, like, those old TV static things, like, and then suddenly the person is saying something completely different to what they were saying before, which is totally weird. Passive ability fear aura, yeah, maybe. Welcome back, the real ham! Oh, I thought I was doing a better job of hiding it. Sorry, it's not based on anything real, but for years I've been working as a mercenary. When you do that kind of work, you build up an instinct to sense danger. You kinda have to if you want to stay alive. You mean to say it's a gut feeling, isn't it? Sorry, I never knew. Tyrion, I fought literal monsters and barely escaped with my life. When I'm near Eris, none of those creatures even come close. Oh no, there's a battle going on down there. I get this feeling, like I'm in front of a predator that I couldn't ever hope to beat. Every instinct I have tells me to run whenever she's close by. Really? But she doesn't seem that dangerous. Dude, she's been warping reality around us. I know, I think maybe I'm just anxious or something. I should know better than anyone not to judge people by their appearance. Sorry, forget I said anything. If you think we should talk to her, then we should do that. You're not one to discount Celeste's instincts. She's always been reliable. And if Eris is making her scared, that must mean something. But if Eris is really that dangerous, that's all the more reason to talk to her. But aside from that, there was also something else the prosecutor said. Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found, Jan Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found. Yes, who is this second witness? She said along with another witness. That means that there was another witness that saw Bellwether walking around. Right. Jan probably isn't the most reliable witness. So talking to that other person might help us figure out what happened. But do you think Steelwind would tell us who that witness is? At this point, we won't lose anything by trying. Why do you attack me? Don't attack me! In any case, it looks like you have your work cut out for you. Now then, where should we start first? Well, we're stopping here, I guess, because if you guys didn't hear that, my baby just went in the background. So, yeah, this is a good place to stop. Uh, and honestly, I may not be streaming the next few days because in 2 days I am flying over to Europe. Wow, what a sad song. I'm flying over to Europe to spend time with my family and to see my sister and her, hooray, and bring my baby around to see Europe. So I'm going to these VODs will be up. I will make sure to download them so I can put them up on YouTube after, or maybe I'll put them on YouTube now in advance. That it won't be a headache if I forget or if anything happens to the flight and it's delayed. So yeah, this will be the last stream for a while. We'll be back hopefully this weekend or next week. I'm considering switching between Tyrion Cuthbert and the Ghost Trick Phantom Detective or some other game. So yeah, I just think switching it up once in a while will be fun. But please watch the VOD to get fully caught up. And thanks for dropping by. We are going to end here for the night. Thanks, The Real Ham, for stopping by. Thanks, Jahaya, for coming by. And thank you for the raid. It's been great. I hope you have a lovely dinner and take care. We will see each other again soon.